Hello viewers, my name is Mr. Adebanjo and I want to strongly welcome you to this video. In this video we are going to be discussing extensively on Neco 2023 General Mathematics, the theoretical aspect of it. In the previous video we have discussed extensively the objective part of this Neco 2023 General Mathematics objective questions. And we have been able to solve all the 60 objective questions systematically, step by step, and we provide solution to each of them. And if you have not watched the video, you may check the playlist of this video, or you check the content of the video of my channel, so you see the objective part of this general mathematics 2023 there. And in this video, what are we going to be dealing with? We are going to be telling you the topics where they pick each of the question, and we are going to solve each question step by step together. So we have 12 questions to solve all together, and but the students are supposed to solve 10 questions, not 12 questions. 5 from the compulsory part and 5 from the optional part as well. So, but in this video, we are going to solve all the 12 questions, and we are going to tell you all the common errors made by the students in the course of solving the question, in the course of doing the exam, the examination. So, this video is loaded, and before we get it started, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please click on the subscribe button on the channel right now, and share this video, like and comment in the comment section of this video so as to improve on our next video. Dear viewers, Jesus Christ is still the Lord, and he will still be the Lord, and I hope Jesus Christ is the Lord of your life. And if the answer is no, please, today is the day which the Lord has made. Try to make Jesus Christ the Lord of your life, because Jesus Christ is the Lord, to the glory of the God the Father. So make Jesus Christ the Lord of your life today, so that it can be well with you, and so that you have eternal life. You can go through Philippians 2, 10, 11 and see what the Bible says about Jesus Christ being the Lord of our life. And as you do so, may the good Lord bless you. Now, this is the first question we have to solve in this Neco 2023 general mathematics, the theoretical aspect of it. The first question is from variation, and the question says that P varies directly as Q, so as square of Q, and inversely as cube of Z. When P is equal to 5, Q is equal to 3, and Z is equal to 1, you have to find the relationship between the P, Q, and Z, and you have to find Z when P is equal to 3 and Q is equal to 5. So the first thing you need to do is to interpret this statement mathematically, and you have P varies as square of Q and inversely as cube of Z. So this statement is what gives us this, where this sign is the variation sign. So P varies as square of Q and inversely as a cube of Z. Then we need to change this mathematical expression to mathematical equation by introducing a constant. So, and then when you introduce a constant, then this change to equation, and we have constant k here. So we have the equation to be P equals to k q square over Z cube, where k is constant. Then at this junction, the question asks us to find the relation between P, Q, and Z, and that's the reason why you are giving the value of P, Q, and Z here, so that you can substitute that into this. So P is 5 equals to K times Q is 2, sorry, Q is 3 rather, then you have squared over Z is 1, then 1 cube. So 3 squared is 9 times K will give us 9K over 1, which same thing as 9K. Then we can divide both sides by 9 to give us the value of K. So K as a constant is equals to 5 over 9. Now that we know the constant, then we can find the relationship between P, Q, and Z by returning the value of k into this equation, then the equation becomes p is equals to 5 over 9 q square over z 5q square over 9 z cube. So, and that's the relationship between the three variables p, q, and z. Then you have to find the value of z when p is 3 and q is 5. All you need to do is to go back to your equation again, then substitute the value of p and q into it with the value of k as well to get the value of z. If you do that, our p is 3 equals to 5 over 9 times q is 5, then you have 5 square, and the denominator multiplied by the z cube. So from there, if you simplify the numerator, you have a 125, because 5 square is 25 times 5 go on 125 over 9z cube. From there, you can cross multiply 9z cube will multiply 3, and that gives us 27z cube equals 125. You can divide both sides by 27. So we have z cube is equals to 125 over 27. Our aim is to find z, not z cube. So you can take the cube root of both sides. So z will be equals to cube root of 125 over 27. So you can find the cube root of 125, because 125 is a perfect cube, and 27 is also a perfect cube. So that gives us 5 over 3, which is something as 1 over 2 over 3 as the value of our z. So that's the solution for question number 1, which gives us 8 marks. Question number 2 is from Polygon. From Polygon, we are told that the sum of the interior angles of a regular polygon is 1440 degrees. We have to find a number of sides the polygon has, and we have to find each of the exterior angle of the polygon. So we know that in polygon there are interior angles, there are exterior angles. But in this case, we are dealing with the interior angles. Here we are given the sum, that when they add all the interior angles of that regular polygon together, it will give us a 1440. And we know that sum of interior angles of regular polygon is equal to 180n minus 360, where your n is the number of sides the polygon has. So that means this expression here will help us to find the sum of interior angle of any regular polygon. So, and we have been given for this polygon, we have been given the sum of its interior angle to be 1440 equals to this expression. Then from there we can collect like times. We have 360 come here, then it becomes 180n equals 140, so 1440 plus 360, which when added together it gives us 1800. Then 180n equals to 1800 divided both sides by 180, that should give our n to be 10. So that means that polygon we are dealing with has 10 sides, and the name of the polygon, in case you are asked, will be decagon. So the polygon is decagon. Now that we know that the polygon has 10 sides, then we can find each side of the exterior angle. Sorry, is the size of each exterior angle of the polygon. So we know that each exterior angle of any regular polygon is 360 over n, where n is talking about the number of sides the polygon has. So if you want to find each exterior angle of any regular polygon, you have 360 over n. So in this case, we know the number of sides the polygon are, which is 10. So we have 360 divided by 10, and that should give us 36 degrees. So that means each exterior angle of this polygon is 36 degrees. Question number 2b is from arithmetic of finance, and that is a simple interest. You have to find the principal that will earn this interest in 15 years at 3% per annum simple interest. So like I said, it's from simple interest. So we are giving simple interest to be equal to PRT over 100. In this case, we are looking for the principal given the interest rate and time. So if you substitute that here, you have to 29,880 to be equal to P multiplied by the rate, which is 3% per annum, multiplied by the time, which is 15 years over 100. From there, if you simplify, cross multiply, 100 will multiply this, that should give us a 2,988,000. 3 times 15 will give us 45 times P, give us 45p. Divide both sides by 45, that should give us a value of P here. The value of P here rather. Divide both sides by 45, so P will be equal to 66,400 naira, 0 kobo. So that means the principal that was saved for 15 years uh, at this rate, that earn this interest is 66,400 naira. So that's the solution for question number 2 as well. And we also have 8 marks for this question also. Question number 3 is from circle geometry and plane mensuration. Circle geometry and plane mensuration. We are told that the length of the chord AB is 12 centimeter with the center hole, and the angle ACB is 30 degrees. ACB, this angle is 30 degrees. Then we have to find the value of angle theta at the center here and the radius of the circle AO or OB. They are the radii. So from there, we know that if you understand the circle geometry very well, you know that there's a relationship between angle theta and angle 30 degrees here. If you understand angle circle geometry, the angle here is twice the angle at the circumference here. So that means theta will be equal to 2 times 30 degrees to give us 60 degrees. Reason being that angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference. So that means theta is 60 degrees. Then also to find the radius of the circle, which is either OB or OA. So we are given the length of the chord, which is 12 centimeter. So we can use that to find the radius, since we know the angle at the center here, which is 60 degrees. So we know that the length of a chord is 2r sine theta over 2. 2r sine theta over 2, where theta is this 2 is divided angle theta. So we know the length of the chord will be 12. So you have 12 is equal to 2 times r sine 60 over 2, where 60 is the angle the chord subtended at the center here. Then from there, we can divide through by 2 because there's 2 here. 2 can cancel 2 here. 2 can go in 6. Sorry, in 12. That gives us 6 equals to 2 equals to r. Then 60 over 2 here will give us 30. Then from there, to find our r, we can divide both sides by sine 30. So r will be sine 6 over sine 30, and that should give us 12. So that means the radius of the circle is also 12 centimeter. And also question number 3b says that calculate the area of the shaded region correct to 3 significant figure, given that pi is equal to 2 over 22 over 7. The question is, we don't know what the shaded region is. We don't know what is. So until we know what the shaded region is, that's why we know how to find the area. But let's ask ourselves, what's the name of this shaded region? So the name of the shaded region is a segment, because a segment is formed when you have a chord in a circle. A segment is formed when you have a chord in a circle. So this chord AB, we include with this arc, that's arc AB plus this chord will give us a minor segment. Likewise, this chord AB with this major arc will give us a major segment. So that means this shaded portion is a segment. So technically, we are looking for the area of a segment. So we have to find the area of a shaded region, which is area of a segment. Then how do you find the area of a segment? Area of a segment is equals to the area of the O shape here. The O shape, you can see that I'm highlighting right now. The O shape here, which is a what? Which is a sector. The area of a sector minus the area of a triangle that is here. So that means area of a segment is equals to the area of a sector minus area of a triangle. So we have area of shaded portion to be area of the sector minus area of a triangle. What's the area of a sector? Theta over 360 times pi r square minus what's the area of a triangle? The area of this triangle is half AB sine theta, because the triangle does not have a height. So you have to use the radii, which is these two sides with an included angle. So when you are find the area of a triangle with two sides given with an included angle, you use half AB sine theta, where your A and B are the radii, this one and this one here. So you'll be having half radius times radius will give us r square sine theta. So in this case, we have theta over 360 times pi r square minus half r square sine theta. Then we can substitute the values of our variable there. Theta is 60 over 360, pi is 22 over 7, then the radius is 12, so you have 12 squared here minus half times 12 squared sine 60. If you simplify this one, you have 75.42857 minus, if you simplify this, you have 62.35382.9, which if you subtract them, you have 30.07474 centimeters squared. The question asks us to take it to three significant figure, and that should give us 13.1 centimeters squared to three significant figure. And the last question here says that what type of triangle is triangle AOB? Triangle AOB, what type of triangle is it? If I should ask you, the listener or the viewers, what's the type of triangle is this? It's an equilateral triangle because all sides are equal. The radius is 12 centimeter. That means AO is 12, OB is also 12, then the chord is also 12. So that means it's an equilateral triangle. So that is the solution for question number 3, and that also fetches us 8 mark. Question number 4 is from 4A is from indica equation from indices, and the 4B is from differentiation. So we are to solve the equation 27 raised to power 2s minus 1 multiplied by 1 over 3 raised to power minus into 3 plus 2, sorry 3s plus 2 equals to 9 raised to power s plus 3. So the understanding of indices is very, very important here, as we know that we can change all the bases to the same base. So by converting this 27 to an index form, that will have base of 3, and this 9 to the index form to have a base of 3 as well. So this one should give us 3 raised to power 3 into 2s minus 1 times 1 over 3 is same thing as 3 raised to power minus 1 raised to power minus open bracket 3s plus 2 equals to, you can change 9 to index form, that should give us 3 raised to power 2 into s plus 3. From there, we can simplify the numerator, the power. So if this one open the bracket, you have 3 raised to power 6s minus 3. Then minus 1 times minus here will give us a plus. So this one becomes 3 raised to power 3s plus 2 equals to 3 raised to power, this open the bracket, you have 2s plus 6. Then to the left hand side here, you can apply the law of indices that says that when you have an index multiplied by another index and they have the same base, and you have multiplication, you can do something to the power. You have their power and you pick one of the base. So we have 3 raised to power 6s minus 3 plus 3s plus 2 equals to 3 raised to power 2s plus 6. The bases are equal at the both sides, so you can cancel it out. Then you have 6s minus 3 plus 3s plus 2 equals to 2s plus 6 left, which you can collect like times at the left hand side here. You have 6s plus 3 here, that will give us 9x. Minus 3 plus 2 give us minus 1 equals to 2s plus 6. Take further like times, you have 9x minus 2s equals to 6 plus 1. So 9x minus 12 give us 7x. 6 plus 1 give us 7. You can divide both sides by 7. Our s will be 1. So for this question, then s is 1. Then for question number 4b, from in the differentiation, you have to differentiate this function with respect to x, knowing fully well that this function is a function of function. We are having a function within another function. So 2s squared plus 5 is a function. Then the bracket raised to power 4 is another function. So that means we are going to use chains rule to solve this question. We're going to use chains rule to solve this question. There's a shortcut to solving this question, but we're not going to use shortcut. We're going to use the long cut, which is the chains rule. And how do we go about it? We need to equate this what is given to us to a dependent variable y. So we are differentiating y with respect to x here using chains rule. How do we go about it? You call this function inside the bracket, give it another name or another variable. So you can call it u. So we call it u now. So u is equal to 2s squared plus 5, which is what you have inside the bracket. So we can differentiate u with respect to x. That will give us du dx. If I differentiate u with respect to x, that will give us du dx. And if you differentiate 2s squared, that will give us 4x. And if I differentiate plus 5, that will give us 0. Because when you differentiate a constant, you have 0. So also, when you call this one u, what do you have? What this equation become? What will it reduce to? You'll be having y equals to u raised to power 4. and that's what you're having here. That's what you have left. So you have y equals to u raised to power 4. So we can differentiate y with respect to u, and that should give us a dy du. And if we differentiate that, if we differentiate u raised to power 4, that should give us 4u cubed. Then using chain rule, we say that dy dx is equal to dy du times du dx. So we have our dy du, which is our 4u cubed, multiplied by du dx is 4x, which is what we're having here. Then 4 times 4 give us 16. Then you have x into, 4 times 4 give us 16 x u raised to power 3. But the value of our u is 2x squared plus 5. So returning back here, so you'll be having 16x into bracket 2x squared plus 5 raised to power 3. So when you differentiate this using the chain rule, you have 16x into bracket 2x squared plus 5 raised to power 3. So that's the solution for question number 4, and this also gives short 8 marks as well. Question number 5 is from statistics, and in this case you are dealing with pie charts. In a certain school, the principal gave the analysis of the qualified subject teachers in the school as follows. We have the subjects, and then we have the number of teachers. English is 10, mathematics 8, physics is 4, French is 6, biology is 12. So we have to draw a pie chart to illustrate this information. Then the other part is probability. Now we need to first of all create another column to join this table, and that will be the sectorial angle. So we need to convert the number of teachers to sectorial angle so that you can represent it in a pie chart. So, and how do we go about that? You have the subject column for subject, number of teacher. So you need to sum the number of teachers together, and that gives us 40. Then to convert each number here to sectorial angle, that should give us a 10 divided by total number of teachers, which is 40, multiplied by 360 degrees. Why is 360 degrees? Because sum of angles in a circle is 360 degrees. So we are converting each number here to angles. So that we have 10 over 40 times 360 here, and that should give us a 90 degrees. The same thing for 8 over 40 times 360 degrees, that gives us 72 degrees. 4 over 40 times 360, that gives us 36 degrees. 6 over 40 times 360 give us 54 degrees. 12 over 40 times 360 will give us 108 degrees. And you are meant to sum these angles together, and it's supposed to give you 360 degrees. If you fail to do this, to write this, you will lose 1 mark there. So then the next thing is to draw the pie chart. And how do you draw the pie chart? You are supposed to use your compass to draw the circle, and make sure that the circle is not too small. So use your compass to draw a circle, and because the compass will tell you the center of the circle, you are not supposed to use any other object to draw circle aside from compass. So having drawn the circle with your compass, try to divide the circle into 2 equal halves using a ruler. Divide the circle into 2 equal halves. So by drawing a diameter to pass through this the center of the circle. Then having done that, take your protractor to measure the angle. Your protractor is a number it contains the angle from 0 to 180 degrees, whether from the left to the right or from the right to the left. So place your compass on that and diameter you have drawn. So I say compass. Place your protractor on the diameter you have drawn, and make sure that the black line on the protractor is also on that diameter you have drawn. Then from there, count angle 90, read from 0 to 90 degrees, and it will stop here. Then use your pencil to make a mark here, then use your ruler to draw a straight line to the center of the circle. Then mark this angle to be right angle because it's a 90 degrees, then label it English. Then take your eraser and erase or clean from this center to this side. You clean the remaining radius, you clean it. So that means you will be left with this radius and this radius. So from there, you now to measure the next angle for mathematics 72 degrees. That means you make this line your new radius. So you make this line your new radius now. So you place your protractor on this black line now to be your radius. Then you reach from 0 to 72. It will stop here. Make a mark there with your pencil. Then remove the protractor and take a ruler and join this line to the center as well. Mark this angle, the 72 degrees. Label it mathematics. Then do the same thing. This line will be your new radius now, or your starting point now. Place your protractor there and make sure that your protractor is on this black line. Then read the next angle, which is 36. It will stop here. Then use a pencil to make a mark there. Then when you make a mark, remove your protractor, place your ruler there and join it to the center of the circle. Label it 36 degree with physics. Then place your protractor again on this line, being your next the origin now. So place your protractor here, then read again as well. So I'm read 54 degrees, and that should end here. Make a mark there with your pencil. Remove the protractor, place a ruler there, and draw a straight line, and label it 54 degree with French. Then the last one, you don't need to measure, or you can measure to confirm whether it is right or wrong. It should give us 108 degrees for biology. So that's the pie chart you are meant to construct for question number 5A. Question number 5B says that if two teachers are to represent this school in a workshop, what is the probability that both will come from either physics or biology? So you are being tested on the probability here now. And what does this mean? Probability of either physics or both of biology. So two teachers were picked now, and it can either be biology or physics. So what are the options? So one of them could be physics, the other could be biology, or the first could be biology, the other will be physics, or both of them can be physics, or both of them can be biology. So those are the options for this probability. And from there, the probability of the first person being a physics teacher, we have 4 physics teachers out of 40 of them. So we have 4 over 40 multiplied by probability of biology should be 12 out of, since you have already picked one person from physics, so that means total number of teacher will reduce to 39. So you have 12 out of 39 here for biology, or plus probability of biology will give us 12 out of 40 times the probability of physics will give us a 4 over 39, plus probability of first physics teacher will be 4 over 40 multiplied by probability of second physics teacher will be the probability of, number of physics teacher has been reduced because you have already picked one person there, so you have 3 left out of what 39, plus probability of biology that will be 12 over 40 multiplied by 11 over 39. If you understand it very well, then this and this are the same thing. So that should give us, if you simplify it, 1 over 10 multiplied by 4 over 13 for this one and for this one. That's why we are multiplying it by 2 outside here. Plus, if you simplify this, you have 1 over 10 times 1 over 13. Plus, if you simplify this, you have 1 over 10 times 11 over 13. So if you simplify this bracket, you have 4 over 130. So 4 times 2 give us 8 over 130. This one will give us 1 over 130, and this one will give us 11 over 130. Find the LCM, which is 130, then that should give us 20 over 130, which if you reduce, give us 2 over 13 for question number 5. And the whole question also here will give us 8 marks. So we have been able to complete the compulsory part of the theory, and we have been able to earn 40 marks altogether for this part. So in the next slide now, you are going to start the optional part of the question, and in that case we have 7 questions to solve there altogether, each of them being 12 marks. So question number 6 is what you are seeing right now on the screen, and it says that number 6 it says that okay, question number 6 is from binary, sorry, but it's from not binary, it's from number base. It's from number base. Yeah, having if 135 base k is equal to 231 base 4, find the value of k. So we don't want to know the value of this base which is named k. And how do we do that? All you need to do is to convert both sides to base 10. Convert this side to base 10, convert this side to base 10 so that they can be equal. Then how do we convert from one base to base 10? Is by expansion. You expand both sides to convert them to base 10. And by doing that, you tag this from 0 to 2, 0 to 2 as well, then you expand. So you have 1 times k raised to power 2 plus 3 times k raised to power 1 plus 5 times k raised to power 0 is equals to 2 times 4 raised to power 2 plus 3 times 4 raised to power 1 plus 1 times 4 raised to power 0. And that gives us this. So k squared times 1 gives us k squared. K raised to power 1 is k times 3 gives us 3k. K raised to power 0 is 1 times 5 gives us 5 equals to 2 raised to power 4 is 16 times 2 gives us 32 plus 3 raised to power 1 is 4 times 3 gives us 12 plus 4 raised to power 0 is 1 times 1 gives us 1. And if you add this right hand side, you have 45. Then if you collect like times, you have a k squared plus 3k plus 5 minus 45. Then plus 5 minus 45 gives us minus 40 equals to 0. That means we have a quadratic equation to solve from here, which you can use any method you know. But we know that this can be solved using factorization method. So by looking for two numbers, you can multiply together to give us minus 40. And when you add those two numbers together, you give us plus 3. And those numbers are plus 8 and minus 5. So those numbers will replace plus 3k here. So you have k squared plus 5 plus 8k minus 5k minus 40 equals to 0. From there, we can factorize this, which should be k into k plus 8. We can also factorize this, which is minus 5 into k plus 8 equals to 0. And we know that the two brackets are meant to be the same thing. So we can bring k minus 5 together, will give us k minus 5 into k plus 8 equals to 0. So in that case, you can find value of k here. So k will be equals to 5 or k will be equals to minus 8 here. So if you stop your solution here, you will be wrong. You will not get, sorry, you will not be wrong, you will not get the full mark rather. So because you are looking for base, k is a base, so the base can never be negative value, it can only be positive value. So that means you need to select out of the two which one is your base. So that means k is equal to 5, not minus 8. So that's it for question number 6a. Question number 6b is from plane measuration, and we are told that a sector of a circle of radius 21 has an angle of 120 degrees at the center. Calculate its perimeter and its area, given that pi is 22/7. So the perimeter of a sector is 2r plus length of an arc, because what form a sector? If sector is formed with a radii plus an arc, a radii plus an arc, and we know that anytime you are looking for perimeter of a plane shape, you have to add all the sides together. So that means you add the radius plus radius, which is what gives us this 2r plus the length of an arc, which is theta over 360 times 2 pi r. From there, put your variables. You have the radius to be 21. You have 2 times 21 plus the angle at the center is 120. That 120 over 360 times 2 times 22/7 times 21. If you simplify it, that gives us 42. And if you simplify it, that gives us 44. And when you add this together, that should give us 86 centimeter as the perimeter of the sector. Then also we have to find the area of the sector. Area of the sector is theta over 360 times pi r square. Theta is 120 multiplied by pi is 22/7 multiplied by r square, which is 21 squared, which if you simplify, you have 462 centimeters squared. So that's the area of the sector as well. Question number CC is from SOD. You have to simplify 3 over SOD 5 plus SOD 2 minus 1 over SOD 5 minus SOD 2, leaving your answer in SOD form. So that solution is in the next slide. So this can be solved in different ways depending on the way you know how to do it best. Now we can find the LCM of these two. Then whatever you get, you can now rationalize it. Or you can rationalize each of them, which is what I did here. So I rationalize this fraction and I rationalize this fraction as well. How do we rationalize this? We are having the denominator to be in surd form. That's why we are rationalizing in the first place. And how do we rationalize it? By looking for the conjugate of the denominator. What is the conjugate of surd 5 plus surd 2? That should be surd 5 minus surd 2. So we now use the conjugate to multiply up and down, and that will give us this. Do we understand that? Good. Minus, you look for the conjugate of this surd 5 minus surd 2 also, and use it to multiply up and down. What's the conjugate of this? And that should be surd 5 plus surd 2. So if you use it to multiply up and down, you will have this as well. So if you understand that, you can move forward. Then from there, you can see that the denominator of this one here is a difference of 2 square. So you can use the difference of 2 square to simplify it, or you can open your bracket step by step. So, but yeah, I use difference of 2 square. That means you have a surd 5 squared minus surd 2 squared, according to the difference of 2 square. Surd 5 square minus surd 2 square. And what's surd 5 square? That gives us 5. Minus surd 2 square also give us 2. Then minus, the same thing is done here as well. This is also a difference of 2 square. You have surd 5 square minus surd 2 square. That gives us a 5 minus 2 as well. Then from there, what can we do? We can 5 minus 2 give us 3. 5 minus 2 also give us 3 here. Then this 3, open the bracket here, you have 3 surd 5 minus 3 surd 2. You can find the LCM, which should be 3. Then you have this here. Then minus, will open the bracket here, you have minus surd 5 minus surd 2. Then 3 surd 5 minus surd 5 give us 2 surd 5. Then minus 3 surd 2 minus surd 2 will give us a minus 4 surd 2 over 3. So you can leave your answer like this here. You can still simplify further by factorizing. Something is common to this and this, which is 2. So you have 2 into bracket surd 5 minus 2 surd 2 over 3 as your final answer. So the whole question in the question number 6 gives us the whole question in question number 6 here will give us a 12 marks as we have been able to solve. Question number 7. 7a is from the word problem leading to linear equation. We are told that the sum of the ages of a man and his daughter is 60 years. 6 years ago, the man's ages was thrice that of his daughter. Find their present ages. Now, like I said, it's a word problem question, and the majority of the students may find it difficult if they are not careful. Now some of them will start the solution from here. Of course, if you do it, if you understand it very well, you may likely do it from here, but I think the next line should be the first point of what's it called, focus, if you understand this question very well. Now, in 6 years ago, the man's age was thrice that of the daughter. So 6 years ago, if I know the age of the daughter, I will know the age of the man. So like we can say that 6 years ago, let the age of the daughter be X. So if the age of the daughter 6 years ago was X, so what will be the age of the man? The age of the man will be 3 years, because we are told that the age of the man is thrice that of the daughter. So if the daughter was 3, it was X, the man's age was 3X as well. So if this were their age 6 years ago, then we can know their present age as well. So therefore, the daughter present age will be what? X plus what? 6. So if you want to know the present age, that should be, you add 6 to the 6 years ago to know the present age. So we have X plus 6 to be daughter's age. Likewise, the man's age will be 3x plus 6 as well for the present age of the man. And you can now go back to the first paragraph that says that the sum of their age is 60 years. So that means you have a s plus 6 plus 3s plus 6 to give us 60. From there, you can collect like times. X plus 3s will give us 4x. Likewise, 6 plus 6 will give us 12 equals to 60. Then from there, you can collect like times. You have 4x equals to 60 minus 12. And that should give us 48. Divide both sides by 4. Then you have your x to be 12. So that means 6 years ago, the daughter was 12 years. But the question did not ask us to find what their age is 6 years ago. We have to find their age, their present ages. So we know that their present ages should be for daughter should be x plus 6. So if we know the value of x here, then the daughter will be the daughter present age will be x plus 6, which is 12 plus 6, and that should give us 18 years. Then the man's present age also is 3x plus 6. Put the value of your x here, that means you have 3 times 12 to give us 36 plus 6, that should give us 42 years. So this is their present ages now. Then question number 7b is from quadratic equation. We are given the roots of a quadratic equation to find the quadratic equation back. So we are given the roots of a quadratic equation to look for the quadratic equation itself. And this can be done in different ways. So, but I don't want to use the further mathematics way. So let's use the general mathematics way to solve this. And that means you can choose a variable for your equation. In this case, we chose x. So that means s will be equal to one of the roots, or s is also equal to the second root as well. So you have s equal to minus 3 over 4, s equal to 5 over 6. Then take this one to this side, then it becomes plus. So you have s plus 3 over 4 equals to 0. And you also have this one comes here, you have s minus 5 over 6 equals to 0 as well. Since both of them are equal to 0, that means their product also will also equal to 0. So that's why you have in this bracket equal to 0. Then you can open the bracket. S times s will give us s squared. S times minus 5 minus s times minus 5 over 6 will give us a minus 5 over 6x. Then 3 over 4 times s will give us a plus 3 over 4x. 3 over 4 times minus 5 over 6 will give us a minus 15 over 24 equals to 0. From there, we can, okay, 3 can go in 15, 3 can go in 24. And that should give us minus 5 over 8 there equals to 0 here. Then we can clear the denominator by multiplying through by the LCM of 6, 4, and 8, which is 24. So if you multiply through by 24, then we will clear the denominators of the fractions. Then if you multiply this one by 24, you have 24s squared. If I multiply the minus 5 over 6 by 24, 6 will go in 24, that will give us 4 times. Then minus 4 times 5 will give us a minus 20x. 4 in 24 will give us a 6. 6 times 3 will give us 18. Then x there. Then 8 in 24 will give us 5. Sorry, you give us a 3 rather. Then 3 times minus 5 will give us minus 15 equals to 0. Because if you multiply your 0 by 24, it also give us 0. Then simplify further, you have 24s squared. Minus 20s plus 18s will give us minus 2x. Then minus 15 is equal to 0. So that means this is the quadratic equation they have solved to get these two roots. Question number 7c is from indices, simplification of indices. So we have to simplify this. You are having 4 into bracket 1 minus 1 of 144 over 169 raised to power half, which is talking about the square root of everything inside the bracket multiplied by the inverse of 2 over 13. So what do? You need to work on the bracket according to the board mass. So what do you do? You find the LCM of this, which is a 169. Then if you do that, that should give us 169 minus 144 raised to power half, being multiplied by 4 here. Then the inverse of 2 over 13, according to the law of indices, means that this is 13 over 2. Then from there, 169 minus 144 will give us 25 over 169. Then is equals to 13 over 2. Sorry, multiplied by 13 over 2 rather, not equals to. Then this raised to power half technically means square root of 125, square root of 25 over 169 rather. So what's the square root of 25? That's 5. And square root of 169 is 13. 13 can go in 13. That's then 2 can go in 4. Then we have 2 times 5 left, which is 10. Excuse me. So if you simplify these indices, then you have 10 as the answer. So that's the solution for question number 7. Excuse me. So And this all the whole question here will give us 12 mark as well for question number 7. Question number 8 A is from logarithm, which you have to evaluate without using table. And the idea of loss of logarithm is highly needed here. So we have 5 log 2 plus log 40 minus log 12.8. And in this case, we know that according to the law of logarithm, this 5 will go to the power of 2. So we have a log 2 raised to the power 5 plus log 40. And 12.8 we can change to a fraction, and that will give us 128 over 10. So from there now, 22 raised to the power 5 is 32. Then from there, you can now apply the law of logarithm here. Since all of them have the same base, the logarithm here have the same base, which is the default base of a logarithm, which is base 10. Then you can now apply the, when time plus we change to times and minus we change to division here. So then you factorize one of the log, and you have log open bracket 32 times 40 divided by 128 over 10. And we know that we can change this division to times by this one going up, this one coming down. So you have a log open bracket 32 times 40 times 10 over 128 close the bracket. So if you multiply this by 10, then divide answer by 128, you will give us 100. So log 100 base 10 should give us what? 2. That way you can raise 10 2 times to get hundreds according to the meaning of the logarithm. So log base 10 of 100 will give us a 2. So that means the solution of this question is 2. Question number 8b is from the integration and the differentiation. One way or the other, the question depends on the differentiation and integration, in the sense that we have to find the equation of a curve which passes through the point this coordinates minus 2, comma 5, and has a gradient of 6s squared plus 8s minus 3 at any point on the curve. So like I said, we are looking for an equation which we don't know the nature of it, but we know that when the equation we are looking for was differentiated, because when they found the gradient means differentiation. When they found the gradient of the curve, which means differentiation, they got 6s squared plus 8x minus 3. So they want us to get that equation back. So that's the question. And you are very lucky that you have been given the gradient of the curve. That means when they differentiated that curve, they got this. So, and what do? You can write this to be dy dx, because differentiation means gradient means differentiation as well. So that means that you have dy dx to be equal to 6s squared plus 8s minus 3, which is what you're having here. Then from there, you can cross multiply. So you have the y equals to open bracket 6s squared plus 8x minus 3 multiplied by the x, because the x will come here, so it will multiply everything here. Then we can integrate both sides, integrate the y, integrate everything here as well with respect to the x. So if you integrate the y, that will give us y equals to, if you integrate this polynomial here, if you integrate 6s squared, that should give us a 6s cube over 3, if you understand integration, plus if you integrate 8s, that should give us 8s squared over 2, minus if you integrate 3, which is a constant, it will give us 3x plus c, because anytime you integrate a function, you add a constant to it, which is c we are using in this case. Then if you simplify that further, 3 in 6 will give us 2, 2 in 8 will give us 4, and then we have a 2s cubed plus 4s minus 3s plus c. So we need to get the value of our constant c, and that's why we are given the point that the curve passes through, this coordinate. So at this coordinate, y is 5, s is minus 2. So if you put that into this, you have a y to be 5 equals to 2 into bracket minus 2 cube plus 4 into minus 2 squared minus 3 into minus 2 plus c. Then from there you can simplify further. 5 is equals to minus 2 cube is minus 8 times 2 give us minus 16. minus 2 square is 4 times 4 give us 16. Minus 3 times minus 2 give us plus 6 and plus c. Then minus 16 plus c will give us 0. We are left with 5 is equal to 6 plus c. From there, find c will be 5 minus 6, and that should give us minus 1. So therefore, the value of c, which is the constant, is minus 1. If you return that back here, so you have a y is equal to 2s cubed plus 4s minus 3s minus 1. So that means technically this is the equation of the curve we are looking for, which is a cubic equation. This is the equation we are looking for that gave us this gradient at this point. So, and the last question here also is on differentiation, which is question number 8c. You have to differentiate this polynomial, this quadratic equation y is equal to 3s squared plus 4s minus 5 with respect to x. So since you are not asked to use any to differentiate it using Form's principle, so that means we are safe to use the format of differentiation, the format for differentiating a polynomial. So if you differentiate y with respect to x, you have the y dx equals to, if I differentiate 3s squared, it will give us 6x, plus if I differentiate 4, it will give us 4, and if I differentiate a constant, that gives us 0. So that means the y dx equals to 6x plus 4. So that's the solution for question number 8, and everything here also give us 12 mark as well. Question number 9a is from matrices. We are given that matrix A, we are given matrix A to be this and matrix B to be this, and both matrix A and matrix B are of the same order, 3 by 3. So we have to evaluate 3a minus 3b. That means 3 as a scalar is multiplying matrix A, and 2 as a scalar is also multiplying matrix B. So do that and subtract your answer from one another. So like I said, 3 will multiply matrix A, we have this, and 2 will multiply matrix B, you have this as well. Then if 3 multiply this matrix A, 3 will multiply all the elements in the matrix A. So you have 3 times 3 give us 9, 3 times 2 give us 6, 3 times minus 1 will give us minus 3. 3 will multiply 1 will give us 3, 3 times 0, 0, 3 times 3, 3 times 1 rather will give us 3, 3 times 2 give us 6, 3 times minus 2 give us minus 6, 3 times 0 give us 0. Then do the same thing for this as well. 2 will multiply every element here, so you have this as well. Then from there, whenever you get now, you can now subtract this from this by saying 9 minus 8 will give us 1, 6 minus 4 will give us 2, minus 3 minus 6, and that should give us minus 3 plus 6, and that should give us plus 3 here. 3 minus 6 will give us minus 3, 0 minus 2 will give us plus 2, 3 minus 2 will give us 1, 6 minus 0 will give us 6, minus 6 minus 4 will give us minus 2, 0 minus 4 will give us minus 4. So when you simplify this, you have this matrix given to us, which is a 3 by 3 square matrix as well. Then number we got 2 years later, you have to find the determinant of your answer here. So you have to find the determinant of whatever you get here. So this 2 straight line means determinant. That's what it means. So you have to look for the determinant of this 3 by 3 matrix, which is represented by this straight line. How do we find the determinant of 3 by 3 matrix? It's very simple as well. You have to use this first row and with their positional sign. You have to use the first row, which is a 1, 2, 3, and with their positional sign. The positional sign of this one here is is plus. Positional sign of this one is minus, and this one is what? Plus. So you have to use the first row with their sign, and we now reduce this 3 by 3 matrix to 2 by 2 matrix. And how do we do that? So you write this one with its positional sign, so that should give us plus 1. Then you now reduce this 3 by 3 matrix to 2 by 2 matrix. How? This element is in first row, first column. So close the first row, close the first column. What do you have left? 2, 1, minus 2, minus 4. And that's what we are having here in this. So that means you're having 2 by 2 matrix here now. So you have to find the determinant of that as well. you are coming for that. So you write this 2 with this positional sign. The positional sign of this one is minus, so this one become -2. So you have -2 here. Then reduce this 3 by 3 matrix to 2 by 2 matrix. How? This 2 is in first row but second column. So close the first row, second column. What do you have left? -3, 1, 6, and -4. That's what you have left here. So also the positional sign of this 3 is a plus. So we have +3. Then reduce this 3 by 3 matrix to 2 by 2 matrix as well. What do you have? You close first row, first and third column. Because this element is in first row, third column. So you have -3, 2, 6, and -2 left, which is what you have in here as well. So having done that, now this line still means determinant. So you need to find the determinant of this 2 by 2 matrix as well. And how do we do that? You also use the you use the sign of the positional sign of this first row as well. This one is plus, this one is minus, plus minus, plus minus, plus minus for 2 by 2. Then you now cross multiply. You cross multiply here. So I mean you have 1 into bracket. Positional sign of this one is plus, so you have +2 times -4, and that should give us -8. Positional sign of this one is a minus, so you have -1 here times -2, that should give us +2. Then -2 outside into bracket. Positional sign of this one here is plus, so plus times minus, it will still give us a -3. Then times -4 will give us a 12. Positional sign of this one here is a minus, so you have -1 times 6 will give us -6 plus 3. Positional sign of this -3 here is plus, so plus times minus will still give us minus, so you have -3 times -2, that gives us a +6. Positional sign of this one is a minus, so you have -2 times 6 will give us a -12. So from there we can simplify further. -8 plus 2 give us -6 times 1 give us -6. 6 minus 12 give us 6. Then times -2 give us -12. 6 minus 12 will give us -6 times 3 will give us -18. We simplify this one further, will give us -36 as the determinant of this matrix you have to find. So question number 9b is from arithmetic of finance, and in this case it's from compound interest. It's from compound interest. Mr. Tony took a loan of 120,000 at 12% per annum compound interest to buy a piece of land. If he paid the loan in 3 years, what was the total amount? So in this case, I said it's from a compound interest, and that means the principal borrowed will be with this rate for 3 years. The interest will be compounded, not with simple interest. Now it will be compounded on a yearly basis. So we can do this one step by step in for 3 years, but you can since you are looking for the amount paid, you can use the formula for finding amount in compound interest. So amount is equal to principal multiplied by 1, sorry, equal to principal multiplied by 1 plus rate in percent raised to power n, where your n is the period of compounding the interest. So in this case, the principal is 120,000, open bracket, 1 plus the rate is 12 over 100 raised to power 3, which is the period of compounding the interest. Then from there, 12 over 100 is 0.12 plus 1 will give us 1.12 raised to power 3. If you simplify 1.12 raised to power 3, if you do that, multiply your answer by 120,000, it will give you 168,591 naira 36 kobo. So this is the total amount of the money the Mr. Tony is meant to pay back after 3 years, after borrowing 120,000 naira. Of course, you know that something has been added to this principal, which is the interest compounded. So of course, another question can ask you to get the interest on this money. How do you get that? That should be, you remove this the principal from this amount. That should give us the interest on the amount, but we are not asked to do that. But the next question is that find his profit if he later sold the land for 350,000 naira without incurring any additional expenses. It's very simple. We know that profit is selling price minus cost price. Since we know the selling price, sold it for 350,000 naira, and we know the cost price. This is the total amount he's going to pay back. This is the cost price now. So if you subtract that, that should give us 181,408 naira 64 kobo as the profit Mr. Tony has made after selling the land for such amount. So that's the end of question number 9, and that also gives us a 12 mark from there. Question number 10 is from solid maturation of solid shape. And the question says that we have a bucket full of water is 40 centimeter in diameter in the open in open end, and 24 centimeter in the diameter at the bottom end, and 32 centimeter deep. The bucket is then emptied completely into a cylindrical drum of 64 centimeter in diameter. Find the level of water in the drum to the nearest whole number. That will take pi to be 20/7. So like I said earlier, that the question is from maturation of solid shape, and in this case, majority of the students may not be able to interpret this question because we are not given the diagram. So, but if you interpret this question very well, we are having a bucket with diameter at the top and the diameter at the bottom, and the diameter are not the same thing. If they were the same thing, we can say that okay, probably that's a cylinder. But since the diameter are not the same thing, that means the circle at the top and the circle at the bottom are not the same thing. So that means it cannot be a cylinder as well. And so that means it's going to be a frustum. It's going to be a frustum that is cut from a cone. So that is what you are having here right now. You can see that this is a diagram, the frustum with the open top to be 40 diameter, and from the diameter I can get the radius of the top, which will be 20 centimeter, and the bottom, the diameter of the bottom is 24 centimeters, so the radius will be 12 centimeters as well. And we know the depth of the bucket, which will be 32 centimeter. So that is the interpretation of the bucket when interpreted. So it's going to give us a frustum that is derived from the cone. And how do we solve this? So of course we are looking for the height of the water pour into this drum, and the only way you can know is that by knowing the volume of the water in the frustum first, because the same volume of the water is poured into the second drum. So if I know the volume of water in this frustum, then I'll be able to find the height, because the same volume of water is in this frustum is poured into the drum. So I'll be able to know the height of the drum. So the next thing to do is to find the volume of water in the frustum here, and that can be done in different ways. There's a formula for finding the volume of a frustum, but this can also be done step by step, as you are going to explain briefly. Now, the way to do about this is that you need to first of all complete the cone, because we know that this frustum is from the cone, because you have cut part of the cone off to get this frustum. So you return the part of the cone that is cut off, and that should give us this diagram you are having here. So you can see that we have returned the part of the cone that is cut off. So then what can you see from this whole cone? We can see that we have a full cone and we have a small cone here. So there's a big cone and there's a small cone here, and the frustum is at the top from here to here. So then that means you want to get the volume of the water in the frustum here. How do we go about that? That should be the volume of the big cone minus the volume of the small cone. That should give us the volume of the frustum from here to here. So the volume of the big cone minus the volume of the small cone will give us the volume of the frustum. Good. And we know that when it comes to the volume of a cone, that should be 1/3 of the volume of a cylinder. That would be 1/3 pi r square h. So that means we need the height of the full cone, and we need the height of the small cone as well to be able to find their volumes. Then we don't have the volume of the big cone, we don't have the volume of the small cone, so we need to get that. How do we go about that? if you look at the diagram as well, it's like we are having a right angle triangle formed here with this diagram, and that's what you're having here. We have a right angle triangle formed. So we have this side to be 20 centimeter, this side to be 12 centimeter. We know from here to here to be 32. So we have labeled the height of the small cone h. That'll be from here to here to be h. So we are having two right angle triangle formed here. The big right angle triangle ABE, and there's right angle triangle CDE. So both of them are similar in nature. They are similar triangle because they have something in common. They have this angle in common. And this angle here is also equal to this angle here if you use parallel line, and this angle here is also equal to this angle here by using parallel line as well. So they are similar triangles, so we can use that to get the value of our h. Then how do we go about that? Using similar triangle. Triangle AEB, which is the big right angle triangle, that is, we have labeled this side now. So we have triangle AEB, which is the big right angle triangle, over the triangle CED, which is the small right angle triangle. So we can use that to form the corresponding side that are equal. How? AE should be equal to, sorry, AE over CE. AE over CE, which is this, should be equal to EB over ED, which is this, should also be equal to AB over CD, which is this as well. So this three ratio we can use to get the value of our h. Or of course, we cannot use three of them at the same time. You can only use two ratio at the same time, depending on what you are looking for. So in this case, we have AB given, so we have AB, and we have CD given, so we have CD. So we can use this ratio against the one with what you are looking for. So which one is related to what you are looking for? Let's look at it. AE, we have AE, which is from here to here. So AE is 32 plus H, and over CE, where is CE, which is H from here to here. So that means we can use this ratio against this one. So that means you have AB over CD equals to AE over CE. Our AB is 20 over CD is 12 equals to AE, which is from here to here, is 32 plus H over C is H. So from there we can find the value of our H from there by cross multiplying. That should give us 20 times H, that gives us 20H is equals to 12 times 32, that should give us 384. 12 times H will give us a plus 12H. Correct like times from there, you have 20H minus 12H, that should give us 8H equals to 384. Then from there you can divide both sides by 8 to give us H to be 48 centimeter. So that means we know the height of the small cone to be 48 centimeter. That means the height of the big cone will be 32 plus 48. That should give us 80 centimeter as the height of the big cone. Now that we know the height of the small cone and the height of the big cone, that means we can find their volumes. So the volume of the volume of water in this bucket, which is this the fruit storm here, like I said, is the volume of the big cone minus the volume of the small cone. So the volume of the big cone minus the volume of the small cone. Then the volume of the big cone is 1 over 3 pi r square h, and the volume of the small cone is also 1 over 3 pi r square h. So their difference is the radius and the height. So h equals 1 over 3 times 20 over 7 times 20 squared, which is the radius of the big cone, times 80, which is the height of the big cone, minus 1 over 3 times 22 over 7 times the radius of the small cone, which is the 12 squared, times height of the small cone, which is 48. So if we simplify this with your calculator, we have 33,528.8095 minus, if you simplify this one as well, you have 7,241.1428, which if you subtract, you have 26.2867 centimeter cube. So that means this is the volume of the water in this bucket. So the volume of this water is now poured into the drum, and the drum is a cylindrical drum. We have been told that it's a cylindrical drum, and the radius of the diameter of the drum is 56 centimeter. So that means the same volume of water is poured to this drum. So that means we will have the same volume in the drum. So that means the volume of a cylinder is a power square H. Power square H. So, and we know the volume of the water in the cylinder, which is 26,282.67, equals to the power is 22/7 multiplied by, from the diameter of the drum, you can know its radius. So that will be 28, then squared times H, which is the level of water in the drum. Then if you simplify, if you can cross multiply the 7 can multiply this, you have 183,978.69. Then 22 times 28 square will give us 17,248 multiplied by H. We can divide both sides by 17,248 to get our H, and that should give us 10.6666 centimeter. But the question asks us to round our answer to the nearest whole number, and that should give us 11 centimeter to the nearest whole number. That means the height of the water in the drum is 11 centimeter. So the question is very simple if you understand the techniques of solving storm very well. So this question also gives us 12 marks. Question number 11 is from construction. So we have to construct a triangle using a ruler and a pair of compass only. Construct a triangle ABC such that side AB is equal to 5 centimeter, side AC is 7 centimeter, and angle BAC is 120 degrees. So it's very important, it's very simple as well if you understand construction. But I know that this is one of the topics that students tend to avoid in either WAEC or Neco. But I can tell you that it's one of the questions that is very simple. What do you do first? The first thing to do is to first sketch the triangle you are going to construct, so that you know what you are constructing. So if you sketch it, you are supposed to get something like a triangle like this. How? Your AC is 7 centimeter, because you're having triangle BAC. So A is supposed to be at the center. So you have triangle BAC. So, and how can this because some of the students some of them will use AB as their base. So if you use AB as your base, so that means you'll be having your C at this side. So you can say that triangle will be triangle CBA, which it did not go with this what you're having here. So you have instead of that, you use AC as your base. So at angle A, so at A you construct an angle 120. So you have angle 120 here. Then you have line AB, which is 5 centimeter. Then you join B to C together. So that gives us this sketch, this diagram as the sketch. It will enable us to know what you are going to get at the end of the day when you construct the triangle. Let's go into the construction part of it. What do you do? First of all, use your ruler to draw a straight line. So add some length, anyone you know. So from there, after drawing the straight line, then you fix your pencil with into your compass. Then on your compass, measure 7 centimeter from your ruler. So put the pin at the 0 and extend the compass to 7 centimeter. Then after getting that, then put the pin of your compass on the line. Yeah. Then when you put the pin of your compass here, then you make an arc here with the radius you have measured 7 centimeter. Then make an arc here. Then also put your pin here as well. Then make another arc here. So that will help you to measure 7 centimeter on that straight line. So you can now tag it 7 centimeter. You put your A here. You put your C here. Then from there, at angle A, you have to make angle 120 degrees. So that means you can reduce the radius of your compass, close the compass to some extent. Then put your pin here. Then make a semicircle at point A. Then after making a semicircle like this, don't close the radius, just leave it like that. Put your pin here, make an arc here, that is 60 degrees. Put your pin here again, make another arc here, that is 120 degrees. So after making this arc here, pick your ruler and join, put your ruler and join this your point A here, join it to this line and draw it up. So place your ruler here and draw a straight line there. That's what I mean by that. Then after drawing this line here now, you can make an angle here to give us angle 120 degrees to tell us that's angle 120 degrees. Then after doing that, you put your compass on your ruler and measure 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter. Then put your pin here, make an arc here. After doing that, you can label that one B. Then you write 5 centimeter here as well. Then from here, and after making this arc here, you can take your ruler and join B to C with your ruler with a straight line. So, and that will give us the triangle that we have sketched here also. Are we there? Then you can now go to 11B, the locus of points equidistant from A to B. Then locus of L2 of point 4.5 from C. So how do we get locus of point? There are 3 ways for getting locus of point. You can get a locus equidistant from 2 points, which is what you have to find here, A and B. These are 2 points, point A and point C. Point A and point C. So we are looking for the locus of point equidistant from 2 points. That means we have to divide a line that join the 2 points together. So in this case, this is the line that join point A and C together. You have to divide it into 2 equal half. And how do we do that? So this, we are looking for the locus of L1 of point equidistant from A to C. That means you have to divide this line that join A to C together. So how do we go about that? We know that from point A to C, that's 7 centimeter. So you can either measure 7 centimeter again with your compass on your ruler, or you can just put your pin here and extend it to, you can put the pin of your compass here and extend it to A here. So that will give us the length of 8C. Then what do? Put your pin here, make an arc at the top, make an arc under. Also put your pin here, make an arc here, and make an arc here. So it will be like this, like this. Then locate the center of these two, where the 2 arc join here, locate the center here as well. Then place your ruler and join them together with a straight line. So you have something like this as well, and you label it L1. So also you can also find locus of a point at locus of point at a single point, which is in this case point C. So that means you have to draw a circle at that point C with this radius 4.5. So pick your compass as well, measure 4.5 from your ruler, then place your pins here, then draw a circle round with that radius 4.5 and label that one L2 as you have been instructed to do. Then locate the point of intersection N1, N2 of loci L1 and L2. So that means as you draw this L2, it intercepts L1 at this point and at this point here. So you label it N1 and N2. Then you have to measure side N1, N2. So you have to measure from here to here with your ruler. So place your ruler here to this place and measure it. In my own case, I got 6.0 centimeter. You have also to measure side BC, which is from here to here as well. You have to measure it also, which in my own case I got 10.5 centimeter. So, and this also will fetch us 12 mark if you're able to do it very well. Question number 12, which is the last question for this Neco 2023 General Mathematics, the theoretical part of the questions. The question is from statistics, and you are told that the score of students in a biology test in a particular school are given as 12x 15 12 2x 25 12 30 15 25 12 16 12. If the mean score is 18, you have to find the value of 2x. So you are given a scatter data or an ungroup data. So, and in this case, we know the average of those data here, which is 18, or the mean of it. We have to find the value of 2x, which we cannot get unless we know the value of our x. So using the understanding of mean, of finding the mean of ungroup data, that means you need to add all these numbers together and divide it by the number of data you have there to give us the mean. So you have mean to be equal to 12 plus s plus 15 plus 2s plus 25 plus 12 plus 30 plus 15 plus 25 plus 12 plus 16 plus 12 over number of data we have here is 12 to give us the mean, and the mean is 18. So if you collect like times, you add all this number together, you give us 174 plus you have s plus 2s here, we have 3x over 12. Then from there you can cross multiply. 12 will multiply 18, that should give us 216 equals to 174 plus 3x. Take the like times, you have 3s equals to 216 minus 174, and that should give us 42. Then you can divide both sides by 3, so s will be 42 over 3, which is 14. So the value of our s is 14, but you have to find the value of 2x, which should be 2 times 14, and that should give us 28. So that means this is 28 here, and this is 14 here for this number. So the next question asks us to find the mean deviation of this set of numbers. So to do that, we can do that using the ungroup data, or to speed up our work, we can group the data, since you have some number that are repeated. So what do? You can group those data, group the data. In this case, we have 12 here, 1, 2, 3, then 4. So you have the number x, as you are seeing, which are the data. We call it x. Then how many 12 do you have? 4 appear 4 times. 14, which is our x here, it appear 1 time. 15, 1, 2, 2 times. Then 16, which is this one time. 25, 1, 2, 2 times. 28, which is our 2x, is 1 times. Then 30, which is the last number, that is 1 time. So that gives us this frequency, and if you add this frequency together, you have 12. Then for mean deviation of a group data, we have a summation f multiplied by the absolute values of the deviation, which is s minus s bar, over summation f. So in this case, we have to populate this. We have our f, we have our x, so we have to get x minus x bar, which is deviation. You have to remove your x from the mean. Our x bar is mean, and we have been given the mean already, which is 18. So in this case, you have x minus s bar. 12 minus 18 will give us minus 6. 14 minus 18 will give us minus 12. Sorry, minus 4 rather. 12 minus 6 will give us 12 minus 18 will give us minus 6. 14 minus 18 will give us minus 4. 15 minus 18 will give us minus 3. 16 minus 18 will give us minus 2. 25 minus 18 will give us 7. 28 minus 18 will give us 10. 30 minus 18 will give us 12. So that's the values of our deviation, our s minus s bar. Then you now find the absolute values of it. With the meaning, this two line means absolute value. So you find the absolute value of this number. That means you have to eradicate the negative values here. So you have 6, 4, 3, 2, 7, 10, 12. From there, your frequency will multiply the absolute values of the deviation. So your frequency here will multiply this. So you have 4 times 6 will give us 24. 1 times 4 give us 4. 2 times 6 will give us, so 2 times 3 will give us 6. 1 times 2 will give us 2. 2 times 4 will give, 2 times 7 will give us 14. 1 times 10 give us 10. 1 times 12 give us 12. Then we have to summation, we have to sum this together. So sum all these columns together, that gives us 72. Therefore, the mean deviation will be 72 over summation of f is 12. So 72 divided by 12 gives us 6.0 as the mean deviation. Also, we have to find the standard deviation of this set of numbers as well. So standard deviation of a group data is the square root of the summation f into bracket s minus s squared over summation f. So from this formula, we already have most of the thing we needed. So with things we need here, right, we have already gotten all of it. So we have our s minus s bar already here. So we have to square it. So whenever you now square it, when you square it, you now multiply by half. So let's square the deviation, s minus s bar squared. So this one you squared it, so that give us this s minus s bar squared. So you have minus 6 squared, that give us 36. Minus 4 squared is 16. Minus 3 squared is 9. minus 2 squared is 4, 7 squared is 49, 10 squared is 100, 12 squared is 144. Then your frequency now will now multiply this s minus f bar squared. So f multiply this, so you have 4 times 36 will give us 144, 1 times 16, 16 will give us 16, 2 times 9 will give us 18, 1 times 4 will give us 4, 2 times 49 will give us 98, 1 times 100 will give us 100, 1 times 144 will give us 144. Then you have to sum it together. Summation, this one means summation, sum it together. You sum this together will give us 524. So if you put that into the formula, you have square root of 124 divided by summation f, which is 12, and that should give us 6.608 when you simplify it properly. So that is the solution for this question number 12 as well. So we have been able to solve all the 12 questions for this Neco 2023 General Mathematics question together, step by step, and I know you have been able to learn one or two things from the solution we have solved together. And don't forget to like the video, comment in the comment section of the video in order to help us to improve on our next video, and share the video with the student out there so that they can learn from this as well. And before we go, don't forget that Jesus Christ is the Lord, and make him your Lord today before it is too late. Thank you for listening to this video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.